I'm gonna have to get straight into it when it come down to making content. It's a lot going on. You may hear me say that a lot, because I'm constantly under attack, constantly under surveillance, constantly being watched. But all I'm going to continue to do is elevate, continue to motivate, no matter what. Because I'm not going to let these demonic, jealous, hateful. I don't care just because a person got material things. That to me, they ain't crap to me. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna touch me, do nothing to me, man. I'm protected by the Most High. So the best they could do is try to stall me, or try to attack anyone like me, similar, what they call light workers, star seeds. There are so many titles to celestial beings having a human experience in the flesh. Um, at the end of the day, for anybody, especially the more life tests you, the more you keep passing the test, the more you keep going. Don't let the noise distract you. Don't let the hate, distract you. Don't let, these hindering gatekeepers trying to block you from opportunities, because you are the opportunity. You are the change. You just is. You are a creator. There's a big difference between being a creator and a taker. You know, again, this whole content will be based upon what they label gang stalking, community bullying, um, consciousness. It's about evolution overall. It's about evolving, because if you're not evolving, you're staying in the same place. You're staying stuck. You know, and once you realize that this is a computerized matrix, you know, to me is no different than what we see in AI today, just way more advanced. You know, there are a lot of NPCs, you know, and no, I don't believe they have souls. You can look into certain people's eyes; they have no glitter, no glam. They have no personality. That's like you see with these soldiers. That's the only thing they're good at. They don't have no other type of emotion. But to combat and war, they don't know how to feel, There's nothing for them to delete and take somebody out, etc. You know? You can't stop for these haters. I'll speak to those ones that's at the top of the watch list. They know not to touch you. You are so anointed, man. They play with you. All kind of things may come from the sky, from under the ground. It may sound like science fiction, but the truth could be very strange, stranger than fiction, So no matter what you're going through in your life, if you're going through this bullying, you're going through constantly watching, they know better not to touch you. I speak to the real anointed ones. Your energy is so it is addictive to them. They gotta be around you. They gotta be, trying to touch you or look at you or stand by you. They always got to keep an eye on you, because the energy that you possess, your light signature is so bright, and they always trying to dim your light, but just know, it don't matter what challenge they put in front of you, continue to demolish it, and that's what they hate the most. They feel like, oh, we all gonna team up, legions and legions. We know we can't touch him. We know we can't touch her. So we're going to try to make the individual go crazy. Your ancestors don't play about you. The source don't play about you at all. But it's a must you go through this, fulfilling these prophecies. They know who you are. These evil ones been knowing who you are. I speak to the highest vibrational beings that walk this planet. Many came in the past, they can't have certain names, the Buddha, the Christ, etc. And I'm not saying I'm in any of those type of lanes. I just am. No weapon forms against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Let them keep watching and let them witness greatness. Let the hate motivate and inspire you to continuously create, because there's a lot of agents, a lot of spies. You can't live in fear. They're in all different backgrounds, from enforcement, law enforcement, to the law, from lawyers and doctors and judges, etc. And I'm not saying it's everybody, but nothing is never what it seems. You got these people in these groups. They know difference than when they got stuff over their heads, if you catch my drift. And everything is not all about being racial or racist, because there's a lot racism and sexism and classism, and all these isms is excuses and programs for people to treat others less, to make others feel more superior than certain others. Oh, you're black, you ain't nothing. Oh, you poor, you're not anything. You got certain wealthy, melanated people that look down on poor whites or poor, so-called blacks or whatever. Don't get caught up in that program. All of these are none but program. People can get along, but the system, the program don't want you to get along. It's easy, to control you sporadically, being separated. So continue breaking change. You are here for a reason. You are here and for, you're not here for no reason. You were made for this time. I'll go through the fire just to let you know how painful it is for you not to go down the same path. If I got to go through the hard way just to make sure that it's better ways to go, then I'll be that one. At the end of the day, just know that you're always protected, and everything happened for a reason, So, yeah, and the universe leave clues. The universe leave clues. Pay attention to the numbers. Pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to a lot. Even with these noises, confirmations, they're trying to stop these messages, But it's boomerang effect. As much as they send hate your way, as much as they even may want to even harm you, the boomerang effect times 10. You are the one. They made the biggest mistake thinking they can come against the sun, coming straight, direct from that cosmic mother, the great that is the all. Stand for something so you don't fall for anything, But yeah,